the Rambler Network.
Hello, welcome back to Casablanca. In this episode, I'm talking about Spirited, which is a 2022 Christmas movie directed by Sean Anders and starring Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds, Octavia Spencer, Sunita Mani, and Tracey Morgan. It is a musical reimagining of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Not gonna lie, I never heard of this. I told some of my friends I'm looking for a Christmas musical. I want to cover at least one musical Christmas movie this season. And everyone I asked said Spirited, dude, Spirited. And I'm like, oh, I've never heard of that one. I was thinking they were going to say like White Christmas or something. I know there's a lot of older movies that are musicals that were Christmas based. And they said Spirited. And I was like, okay. And I looked it up. And I was shocked to see it was a new movie. Newer, 3 years ago. Yeah, it's an Apple TV original. Basically, the premise is, the Christmas Carol. They have... the Ghost of Christmas Present, past, present, and yet to come. That's kind of it's like a business. They have like one person they help each year, and this is them. Will Ferrell is the Ghost of Christmas Present, and he's getting ready to retire. And that's basically the premise. And the Ryan Reynolds character is going to be the last one he does, and he's a really awful person. So this is a musical, like I said, but it's not a musical in the sense that like every 5 minutes there's another song. Like the soundtrack only has 12 songs, and it's 36 minutes long, and it's a 2-hour movie. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of songs, considering it's a musical, but it's definitely it's definitely musical. There's songs, and it's very meta about it. Like, you know how in musicals usually like the song starts, it's like, oh, this is just normal in the world. No one addresses it. This is just we all are choreographing. Well, this time they actually address it. During the first song number, someone goes, what are they doing? Oh, this is a musical. What is? All of this. And yeah, and so like a few times throughout the movie when a song starts, they acknowledge it. Like you'll know when a song starts, they'll have like a little chime sound, and then someone will go, oh, nope, no time for a song. Okay, fine, let's sing. I think it's clever. I like the whole meta aspect of it. It's definitely a comedy because it's got Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. How can it not be a comedy? But it has a little more heart than I was expecting. Like, it doesn't make you like heartbreakingly sad and you're gonna bawl your eyes out. But there are a few moments like involving Ryan Reynolds' character. His name's Clint, I believe. Clint Briggs, I think, is the name of his character. There's like a subplot, well, not subplot. It's like kind of the plot involving his sister who passed away. And you can tell, like, he actually cares about her, but his character tries to act like, I don't care. I don't want to talk about this. And, yeah. And at a certain point, he has to confront that, and that's pretty much the saddest part of the movie. And even then, it's not like, I'm gonna break down crying. It's like, oh, he's addressing it. I think my favorite character in the movie is Kimberly, played by Octavia Spencer. It's obvious that okay, so like she's basically like not the secretary. She's like the executive. I forgot what she is. She's something to Ryan Reynolds' character, and she's like she helps them with everything. And I'm trying to see like what her thing is, and oh wow, she's not a secretary. Clint's executive vice president, Kimberly. uh, I don't know if it says it in the movie. If it does, I wasn't paying attention, I guess. But yeah, she's a very important character. She basically does everything he says, and he has her do horrible things that she's even like this like this is the lowest I've ever gone, and it's obvious that she doesn't want to do this, and she keeps talking about quitting. And actually, because it's an Octavia Spencer, um, because of her, this movie has a very small connection to the previous episode, The Holdovers, because in that one, Dominique Dominic Sessa, I still can't pronounce that. He's in a movie called Toe, and so is Octavia Spencer. Remember, that's Dominique has only had 2 movies released, and that's one of them. And it's I didn't even notice that till I was doing research, and I saw Dominique was in those two, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was kind of like looking to see what everyone was in, and I saw that, and I was like, hey, a connection, something I can talk about. Okay, so there is kind of a twist halfway through the movie, and I was surprised by it. To me, it was like a big reveal, and I'm like, oh wow, I had no idea. I wasn't even, but then like I was looking online, like getting other people's opinions of the movie. Generally, I don't care about people's opinions about movies. It's like I have for my own opinions. But when I'm gonna if I'm gonna talk about it, I need to know how to approach it. Like, is this a hated movie and I have to defend it, or is it a beloved movie? And I'm like, okay, actually, there are some negatives about it, or it's like it's not as perfect as you think. So, like, in that sense, like, I try to see like where people's opinions are, not to like deliberately counteract. If a movie is like, if a movie is great and everyone says it's great, and I think it's great, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna be like, actually, Vertigo is one of the worst movies ever made. No, that's actually one of my favorite movies. I I had to address that because I didn't want to move on and people think you don't like Vertigo. So, but like I was looking, and apparently like a lot of people were like, it's such an obvious twist. Like I can't believe they made that a twist. It's so obvious. So I don't want to say what it is because to me it was a surprising twist, and it made the movie a little bit more enjoyable, and it was already enjoyable. I also wasn't expecting the end, which apparently everyone else saw coming. I'm I don't know. To me, like I thought it was like I thought it was gonna be like a straightforward, just straight up comedy, happy ending, and technically there was a happy ending. It just wasn't the ending I was expecting. And okay, so the reason I spoiled the holdovers, but I'm not spoiling this, in my mindset, if I can't find it streaming, and I have to like go out of my way to rent it, people, most people, unless they're like really wanting to watch something, they're not gonna go through all that. If you've never heard of the holdovers and you come across it, oh, I have to pay to rent it. Yeah, never mind, it's not worth it. And so it's fine, but like this, it's actively available just for streaming on Apple TV. So yeah, I'm not spoiling this one. I will say I highly recommend watching it. Oh, there is something else. Apple recently announced that they are. I got this notification saying that I forgot exactly what it said. Basically, Apple Podcast is doing a thing now where I think it uses AI or something to scan your podcast, and when you mention another podcast, it'll automatically link the show in the show notes. And like, if you mention another Apple product, like if I were to say Apple Arcade or something, it's probably gonna link Apple Arcade now in the show notes. And so I decided, my first thought was obviously, talk about podcasts that I like. Maybe have a segment on my show where I talk about shows that I like. Maybe have like a recommend a podcast each episode. And that's a great thing to decide to add 2 episodes from the end of the season. But I might not do it every time. I just thought I wanted to do this because you're probably hearing this like near the beginning of the holiday season. If you're not watching this, if you're not listening to this, like when it's posted, you might be listening to it at another Christmas time. So here's another podcast. Here's a Christmas podcast. So James Austin Johnson, he's from Saturday Night Live. At the time I'm recording this, he's currently the Donald Trump impersonator, and he's really good. There's a podcast he hosts in character as the Grinch called "'Tis the Grinch Holiday Podcast," and they're in the 3rd season. They've been doing this since 2023, and it's hilarious. The premise is, as punishment for his crimes in Whoville, the Who judge sentenced him to host a Christmas podcast, and it's hilarious. I think it's funny. I love it. And so hopefully it's linked in the show notes because I mentioned it. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcast, otherwise this probably doesn't make any sense to you. If you're not listening to this on Apple Podcasts and it's not linked, I still recommend looking it up. "'Tis the Grinch Holiday Podcast" by Wondery. Look it up. It's great. And cut.
The Rambler Network.